All right, good evening, everyone. We are about to go live in about 10 more seconds. Excuse me. I'm gonna act up now. All right, so Dr. Mister of Soul and Read Physical Therapy. Let me bring my banner up. There we go. So we tonight we'll be continuing our Black History event where we're talking to different professionals on the different career fields. And tonight we are talking to Miss Shirley Walker-King. All right, so before we get started, let's read her bio. Shirley Walker-King is an author and coach, a speaker, a producer, a CEO of SWK Management and Consulting Service LLC, as well as the co-founder of Community Mom, Community Dad Incorporated. She holds a BAS in human relations and business. She is a certified life coach, mediator, family wellness instructor, and a certified Scrum product owner. Her diverse background in human resource management, project management, and entrepreneurship empowers her as a charge agent who helps women navigate their personal and professional journey with vision, strategy, and action. Shirley has been seen on ABC, CBS, Fox, NBC, as well as the Dr. Phil Show. She has a book called 30 Days to a Better You. Why is it not showing on the screen? There it is, 30 Days to a Better You, a guide to peace, liberation, and self-reflection. And it has been hit the Amazon bestseller list in two different categories. Shirley works alongside of her daughter Valencia King, as the executive producer of the TV show About and Out with Valencia King, and syndicated radio show Real Talk Sports with Valencia King. And she has a relationship podcast, Facebook Live, called The Kings and I, with her husband of 29 years, Vincent King. She has won several awards, including the Military Spouse Inspirational Leader of the Year Award through the Rosie Network, Who's Who in Garland Neighborhood, which is in the city of Garland, Texas, and the list goes on. So let's go ahead and bring Shirley up. Hey, 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 how are you?
I am fine. I am wonderful. Thank you. How about yourself?
I am good, good. Thank you for coming on and sharing your expertise on human resource consulting. So, tell us about yourself. Where are you from? High school, college, any other special organization you're a part of?
Wow. For starters, I was born in Dallas, well, Galveston, Texas,
Okay,
raised in San Diego, California.
okay.
So I'm a Southern Cali girl, if you will.
All right, okay.
Cali at heart through and through. I am a military spouse, so I have lived and traveled to several different cities and states and even lived overseas. I went to high school in San Diego, California, where I got my foundation.
Okay.
And then I played sports is my life. Basketball is my life. Yeah, if you were to go back and talk to anybody from high school, anything, they're going to say she loves sports. Basketball and track was who she is, what she does.
Gotcha.
So other than that, of course, been married for 30 years now. Just celebrated 30 years for the
All right.
same man in January. Whoop, whoop.
Congratulations.
That is, he may have not been married to the same woman, but at least I've been married to the same man with the hair change attitudes. Who knows who he got? But yeah,
Look, it happens, right?
yes, I've been in human resources probably for about 20, 25 years.
Okay, all right. So you do human resource of one of many things that you do, human resource consulting. So, what introduced you to that career? Like, why did you get involved, and how did you get involved with that?
Wow, this goes right straight to the gut. I actually got involved in human resources because while we were stationed in Waukegan, Illinois,
Okay.
I was being called in for an interview for a position with a local company there, and the HR director back then, they called them personnel.
Okay.
Did not know I was outside of the office, and he made the comment to don't send him any black applicants because the hiring manager didn't want to work with any black managers because they were confrontational, any black employees because they were confrontational.
Okay.
That really stung me hard. I was newly married, a new mother, and to hear someone who was a very vital part of a company say that in what he thought was private really stung me.
Yeah.
And I said, how can I help change that narrative?
Okay.
So it was from there that I went into human resources. Prior to that, my background was correctional. I
Okay.
worked in a state prison, and I'd also worked for the San Diego Public Defenders. But after hearing that, I felt I have to be able to do something, because if you can't rely on the personnel or the human resource department to have a fair and unbiased opinion, who can you rely on?
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. So what do you do? Like what do human resource agents or consultants do?
I'll work backwards.
Okay.
Currently, as an HR consultant, I do more training and development.
Okay.
I have a niche, which is a third party government contracting. So, as a military personnel, you understand when I say, when a lot of our military family and friends say, when I get out of the military, I'm going to get me a government contract, and I'm going to call you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do government contracting. I'm gonna need an HR person. I was always like, yeah, okay, whatever.
Right. Right.
Ironically, I did have a person contact me in 2007 because she received a government contract and she needed to hire over 12 employees within 30 days and have her HR, payroll, policy, and procedures set up and ready according to that contract.
Gotcha.
So she called me and I was able to get that done for her from a different state. I was in a
Okay.
different state. She was in the DC area. I was here in the Dallas Fort Worth area. We got that accomplished. And I think less than a year later, I said to myself, why am I working for someone if I can get all of that done
Mm.
um, from a different state? And so I walked away from corporate and haven't looked back.
Wow. Wow. All right. So mentors, coaches, did anyone help you when you were starting out in your career?
I would say yes. I've had several mentors and coaches along the way, some unwillingly, some
Okay.
didn't know it.
Okay.
Sometimes you can get mentored and coached by someone else's negative attitude, aspect, or actions,
Okay.
and that mentors you to do something differently. So that's how I said I got into HR. But
Gotcha.
yeah, one of the mentors I had was Robin Williamson in Naples, Italy.
Ah. Okay.
And this was a government position when I worked in the government system and human resources. She was the head of diversity and inclusion in the EEOC. And I just thought it was odd that there was no diversity in a department that was for diversity.
Mm. Got it.
I was in human resources, but I was in intake. So I helped process a lot of the military families coming over.
Okay.
But she was an indirect manager to me, and it just always floored me that you're the head of this department, yet there was no diversity and inclusion.
Got
And
it.
so we tackled that. And before I left, I actually worked in that department to help change the narrative for that and help change the look.
Gotcha. Yeah. Yeah.
And so she was one of my first mentors. And most recently, I have a mentor through an organization that I'm familiar with called WOBE, and her name is Mary.
Okay.
Mary Boyd. She has been in human resources for years, just recently retired within the last 2 years. And she's been helping me in the different avenue of human resources that I'm doing now as far as the consulting.
Gotcha. All right. So, is there any type of special training or schooling that you have to go through to become a human resource consultant?
I wouldn't say that there is a special type of training. Yes, a degree is preferred. Certifications are preferred as well. There is an organization called SHRM, Society for Human Resource Management,
Okay.
where one can get a certification in different aspects of human resources, because human resources are so broad. You
Okay.
have recruiting, you have policies and procedures, you have compensation, you have benefits, you have employee relations, you have employee law. There are so many different divisions in human resources that someone can go into. It's no longer, like I said, when they first started, just called personnel.
Right.
So there are so many different areas that someone can go into. So you can get specialized in one of those if you choose to,
Okay.
and get your certification in that. As far as degrees, just there are actual degrees that are set out and say human resource management.
Okay. Okay. Are you certified? Did you get any of the certifications?
I'm certified in human resource and organizational development.
Okay, got it. And how long did that take to complete?
That was a 12-month program, if my memory serves me correct. But I do remember I finished that one early because military.
Yeah.
We were getting, we were on the verge of being transferred, so I knew I had to finish that one up. So I finished that one up pretty quick.
Okay, so it's at your own pace. It's not like you like a traditional college.
Oh
Where
no,
you have
no,
to
it's
say,
traditional college. I
oh,
doubled
okay.
up on classes.
Oh, okay. Got it. Gotcha. All right. Okay, so there is no special degree or major that you need if you have to go to college or for this. This is just sort of you get
Um,
your certifications.
Yeah, there is, like I said, there is a specialized area. So SHRM is a specialized organization that you could be certified in, and that is highly recommended if that's the route that you choose to go. But is it required? No, you can get into the HR field without a degree and without certification. You just may have to work your way up. But people prefer
Mhm.
that you have some kind of training in it, because of the background and everything that we do in human resource management.
Right. Okay. And so, is there a certain skill or personality type that you think people need in order to work in human resources?
Initially, I would say yes, but actually, you can be an extrovert or an introvert and work in human resources.
Okay.
Because, like I said, it's so broad. You can be an introvert and not have to interact with people,
Okay.
just depending on what field and what area you want to go into.
Okay.
But in general, human resources should have some type of a people skill and people personality, because you are dealing with people.
Yeah.
You are dealing with people and their emotions, people and
Mhm.
their paychecks, people and their salaries, people and their people and their people.
Yeah. Right.
So yes, you do need people skills to be in human resource management. It is definitely suggested, and it will get you further in the field.
Okay. So, what are some of the pros or benefits of being in your career?
Um, some of the some of the cons are, and I used to have this saying over my office: human resources is the department everyone loves to hate. You
Okay.
love us when you need us,
Yeah.
but you hate us when we have to do what we have to do to follow policy, procedure, or protocol.
Right.
So again, HR is a department that's there. We wear many hats. We're lawyers, we're counselors.
Mhm.
You cover just about every aspect of life when you work in human resources.
Oh,
So you need to be armored up and ready for that.
okay.
I think some of the other negatives are, because you're in human resources, people don't want to get to know you and get connected to you because they just never know when you're going to have to flip the hat and do the other side.
Gotcha.
So sometimes it can be a challenge to really bond and get to know with the employees and the staff because of that.
Okay.
Um, but most of the time you can work around that. And the positives are you get to do a little bit of everything.
Okay.
In HR, like I said, I could be doing payroll, I could do accounting, I'm working with people or I'm working with policies, procedures, and we know that policies help change things.
Right.
So
Right.
that's the part of HR that I love, is that we help change things, which is why I went into the field after experiencing someone saying they didn't want to hire any Black people. And so
Gotcha.
I went into the field to help make that change.
Gotcha. Gotcha. All right. So, you guys work in all settings, I'm assuming, right? As long as they have employees, they're from 2 employees up to thousands. You guys are there.
Yeah.
So, am I going to ask this question anyway? Was that job, human resources, affected by COVID? Do you believe?
Oh man, it was affected by COVID on so many different levels, because HR is a department that had to figure out what was going to happen next.
Mm, okay.
So now we have to figure out, working with the IT department, how are people going to get their equipment to start working from home? You
Gotcha.
know, how are we going to start ensuring that people are being able to clock in and clock out for those who still had manual ways to clock in and clock out? There was so
Yeah.
many different avenues of how COVID affected human resources. And part of it was nobody knew what to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
When COVID hit, it was really like the wild, wild west.
Yeah.
We HR people were calling left and right. What are you doing about this? What are you doing about that? Because there was no policy in place to prepare for this. There was nothing that you could do to prepare for this, because you were crossing over OSHA lines. You were crossing over privacy lines.
True.
You were crossing over. I mean,
Yeah.
I recall there was a Dallas Cowboy, Ezekiel Elliott.
Uh-huh.
He tested positive for COVID early on, and he tweeted out HIPAA.
True. I remember that. Yeah. Yeah, he did. Yeah. Uh-huh.
And he's in under normal circumstances, he would have been absolutely right. That's a huge HIPAA violation.
True.
But because this was something that we could not have prepared for, we just had to do the wild wild west and apologize, make the mistake and apologize later.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha. So, if anybody that wants to go into a career of human resource consulting, what advice would you give them?
I would tell them to definitely look into the field and find out what areas that they would like to specialize in. Now, you can be a generalist, and that's more or less what I do. I'm more of a generalist, so which means I've touched and covered on all of it. But
Okay.
it does help if you can specialize in an area, because it'll get you in the door a little quicker, and then you'll feel a little stable. With a generalist, I'm telling you,
Yeah.
you have to have the head, the heart, and the want to do to be a generalist because it's a lot.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Yeah. So, help me on that path of becoming specialized.
Hmm.
Like, I'm a new to human resource consulting, and I'm like, okay, I want to specialize in policies and procedure.
Hmm.
Is there coursework that I specifically go to that's for that? And then, okay. So it's not like you're just knocking on the company's door, being like, yeah, but I want to do policies and procedures. It's not like
Well,
that.
I mean, any type of beginning with that, they're going to know what your experience or educational background is that's going to qualify you for that.
Okay.
Because policies and procedures, you're dealing with laws.
True.
You're
True.
dealing with discrimination. You're dealing with, there's so many underlying things that you'd have to deal with. So they would probably want to know, what area of policies, procedures, what's your background in it, and where's your heart at? Because I always tell people HR is there for the company on behalf of the people.
Okay. Okay.
So that's the one thing that people fail to forget. We too have a job and a responsibility to the company.
Got
And
it.
the company then also has an obligation to be fair and equal across the boards to its employees.
Exactly.
So it's a real check and balance place that you find yourself in when you're in human resources.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. That is all the questions that I have, y'all. Shirley Walker-King. She's my sorority sister, ALP, Alpha Lambda Psi, which is a military spouse sorority. And y'all check out her book. And I don't know why it's because I guess I got it blue. There it is. 30 Days to a Better You, y'all. It's amazing. It's a self-help. I would show you the inside of mine, but I've written and I don't want y'all to see my handwriting.
And that's what you're supposed to do. It's a book and a journal. It's 2 for 1. You're supposed
That's right.
You go through the process.
Yes, it is. And y'all, she has a podcast. You want to tell them about that real quick before I let you go?
Yes, there's a couple of things I have going on. So I do a podcast with my husband called The King and I, and we do it's really a Facebook Live that we do. So we are relationship experts, being married 30 years. I think that qualifies me as a relationship expert. Yeah. I'm just saying.
I agree.
Yeah, so we do talk about love, family, and marriage and relationships. We talk about various topics on how to make love last, what it's like at the beginning of a relationship, what it's like, being in a marriage for 2 years, what it's like being in a marriage for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and now 30.
Gotcha.
Because I recently had someone tell me he thought he had a relationship coach and found out the coach had only been married for 2 years. He was like, I don't want to talk.
Oh, really?
He was like, that's cute. But
yeah. Well, yeah. But that's when they try to lean on their book knowledge,
Book knowledge and real world reality are 2 different things.
So true.
It's 2 different things. So we do that Facebook Live, and you can see that on my YouTube channel at Shirley Walker-King on YouTube. Okay. And then I also produce a sports show with my daughter called Real Talk Sports with Valencia King. Yeah. She's a multi-skilled journalist and does radio and TV. And I am behind the scenes making all of the stuff happen because my HR background has helped prepare me for that. So yeah, that's really nice to see that side of it as a producer. Did you freeze up, or is it
Yes,
just
I did.
okay?
No, it was
I'll keep talking.
I didn't know either. I'm like, should I say something? But
That's
go
okay.
ahead.
Like I said, as a producer, I know how to make things keep going. I will keep talking.
Great job. I'm
Yes,
glad I got
great
you
job,
on
great
because I
job.
would have been like, what are we
Oh yeah, no,
doing?
I would finish it out. I would close it out for you and everything.
All right. Hey,
Do we
appreciate
have
it.
any? Do we have any questions in the chat?
Exactly. Do we? Because y'all, we got her on here. This is her
Yeah, if you have
website.
any
If you
questions, I'm
have,
open for questions. And
right.
if you guys are interested in human resources, let me know. Like I said, you can reach me on my website, Shirley ShirleyWalker.King.com, and then I'll follow up with you. I enjoy helping people through the process of navigating their career. As a life coach, that's a part of what I do as well. So as a life coach, I help people with transitioning either in career or life. And that human resource background has helped me be able to do that as well.
Gotcha. How long is that process to become a life coach? I'm interested.
Well, life coach, unlike human resources, is not really mandated. So it's tricky because, yes, you can get certifications. And I believe there's actually degrees out there where you can get degrees in life coaching now, which definitely speaks volumes because you don't want to have a life coach who has an experienced life. I'm just saying.
True.
So yeah, that process it was actually smooth and easy for me because of my human resource background. Because again, like I said, as a human resource person, we touch on everything in life, business, accounting, every aspect of someone's life and human resources. So transitioning over to a life coach was easy breezy for me.
Gotcha.
And then of course the military gives you all these great stories to share and talk about.
Yes, the experience. We may have a comment. Let's see. So, yeah, we do. Hold on. How do you feel like your HR background helped you in other areas of life, especially career wise?
Wow. Immediately off the back, like I said, the reason why I went into human resources because I was interviewing for a position as a first-time military spouse. Being around so many strong women and diverse women helped me channel that anger and frustration. And which is why I started when I transitioned my degree into human relations and business. So I think that military background did help me out a lot because we were exposed to so much. And then human resources, again, you're exposed to so much.
Yeah.
There are times when you literally, as an employee relations person, or because I've been an employee relations coach as well, you literally have people coming to you at their end, and it's borderline where you're like, okay, we need to bring in a therapist now. So being exposed to human resources and that aspect of it has helped me along the way with my family and friends when I come across or they come across a situation and they need someone to talk to. Gotcha. It's like, okay, remember when you went through this with such and such, this is how you can help guide them. And one of the best things human resources has helped me with is resources.
Okay.
Being in human resources, you are exposed to a lot of people, places, and things, and it just makes your reach so much stronger because your resources are all there to help each other. So I think that's been one of the best parts that have transitioned from my HR to my private life is the resources.
Okay. And you guys, she is very knowledgeable. Trust me. I didn't even, she just started, we were talking one day over the phone and she just started, you need to do this. She just helped me so much in my business. I'm just like, I gotta have you on. Please come on and just share how you got involved with this and tell your story. Cause y'all, she's very good at what she does. So I thank you for just helping me alone. So, all right.
Yeah. A part of my HR business tagline is providing resources and results. So if I can't help you with that end result, I guarantee you I can find a resource for you.
Gotcha. And there it is, y'all. There's her website on the screen. So feel free to go on there. You can contact her through there. If you have any questions, if anything hits you after we log off, Thank you. I think that's it. Thank you, Shirley, for your time, for sharing your knowledge. And you all go get the book. Like I said, it's a good read. It really is. Like she said, it's a journal. You get in there, write down your thoughts, 30 days, and you're done, right? You're a better person.
Well, you're a better person. And I do actually have a course coming out with that too. So I will make sure to update you on that information once it's out. So yes, once you get the book and you've made it to that process and you're not ready to call me up and be like, look here, lady, and I have a course coming up for you.
All right, just let me know. Keep me posted.
I sure will.
All right, you all. Thanks for joining us. Thanks, Shirley. Y'all have a good night.
Good night, everybody.